So, hi everyone. Today I will be talking more about antibiotic resistance. So, yeah, the most pressing and deadly issue for now in medicine are tumors. We as humans were spending like good portion of R&D budgets to find a cure or help anyway. But back then, 500 years ago or even 100 years ago, almost no one died because of cancer. So why is that? So what happened? As this problem arises just now, so the simple truth is that people lived too short to develop this. They died from cuts, cold, or fever. And the problem of tumors or even strokes seems to be very distant and not threatening. The breakthrough comes when the Sir Alexander Fleming introduced penicillin, the first antibiotic. So, in my humble opinion, that was the beginning of modern medicine. Since then, for over 70 years from then, we nearly doubled our average lifespan. We conquered blood poisoning, which is now called sepsis, and because of that, we increased the number of patients who survived the surgery. The injuries and its consequences turn out from being deadly to being just nuisance. The infections which lead to the coffin, now it's just few days and you are recovered. So ever since we lived very secure, protected by these miracle drugs, which are antibiotics. But today, we are taking antibiotics for granted. We don't respect them properly. We prescribe them ineffectively. We dose them in not proper way. And sad truth is that the wrong antibiotic prescriptions are the main issue why antibiotic resistance occurred, and it's still rising. The doctors from UK admitted that they're prescribing 50% of antibiotics unnecessarily. And these all problems are stuck into a death toll. According to the British government, every year 700,000 people die because of antibiotic resistance. And the number is still growing and growing. In 2050, the death toll will be more than number of cancer patients and number of people died because of the road accidents. And also, talking about this problem, we have to remember that antibiotics are now supporting all our life. When we lose antibiotics, the people with weakened immune systems, like cancer patients, people with HIV virus, people who get transplants, and premature baby will not have protection. Also, every treatment involving foreign objects installed in your body will be not possible, like stents, pumps, joint replacements. All surgery will be impossible from that moment. And every pneumonia will kill every 3 out of 10 children. So we have to think about treating the antibiotics in proper way. Because when we think that every minor infection can have the great possibility of killing you, would you live so freely as you are living today? The first penicillin recipient was Albert Alexander, and he was so sick, his scalp oozed, and doctor have to take his out. So the reason why, which lead to him to this, was that he scratched his face on a thorn in his own garden. So, yes, then other issue is that today we are still using the method which Alexander Fleming used to determine the right antibiotic. It's called antibiogram. It takes 2 days. So ask yourself, would you wait 48 hours with treatment of your child to determine the right antibiotic? On the market, there are devices which can determine the right antibiotic, but they are designed for hospital and laboratories. So general practitioners have no access to it. So we start thinking about that, and we start developing our solution, which is affordable for every GP and can give the results in 6 hours. So as a society, we can work on this problem, and we can slow down the antibiotic resistance by mainly changing the social norms. Also, changing how we treat antibiotics. We have to stop demanding from the doctor the antibiotic. We have to start prescribing them in a proper way with proper dose. And the last, we have to have tool for doctors who will help them to prescribe them in that way. So, this is our solution. We are combining hardware, software, and biotechnology to bring it. As I said, it will be giving the results in 6 hours, and the cost will be lower than antibiogram. Right now, we are in R&D stage. We are testing our 2nd generation prototype. And for now, it's semi-automated, but the final product will be fully automated. Also, our goal is to make it as simple to carry as possible, to not push the cost too high. And after optimization, we will start the clinical validation. And as you may know, it's very expensive, but thanks to the interest of Medicover, we'll have that stage covered. And they are the 2nd biggest private healthcare provider in Poland, and they're so interested in our solution that they don't only want to buy it, but also help us during the clinical validation. In this moment, I want to bring the interest of our partners, and mainly we are working in a laboratory of our business angel, David Nizworski from SenseDX. We are manufacturing our device with cooperation with Intema and Dawid Masłowski, who is a certified medical device producer in Gdańsk. And for now, we raised our pre-seed fund from our business angel, as I said, and also startup bootcamp. During the acceleration process, we have office in Berlin, and also big chance of working with top German opinion leaders in the field of health. We choose Poland as our initial market because we know our country legislation procedure best. Luckily, after we certified and register our product in one country, which is in European Union, we can enter the whole market. We consider Germany as our 2nd market due to high antibiotic-resistant awareness. This country already acted with introducing the law which demand testing before prescription. Unfortunately, because of lacking the practical way to do so, it's partially abiding right now. So we believe in Bilumo that science not only has answer for developing new drugs, but also to deliver such tools which help doctors prescribe them effectively, which means we want to slow down the process of antibiotic resistance to make time for introducing the new drug which will replace antibiotics in its role. For now, we have a small team of 4 founders, but our partners making our work a little bit easier. But we also looking to expand our team. We are looking for microbiologists for science team and also engineers for tech team. We are looking for people who are very ambitious and devoted and also want to tackle this problem of humanity like us. So, as my co-founder said, we are looking for partners, not employees. So we have the chance and also responsibility to challenge every aspect of our project. And also we are looking for seed investment, which will allow us to do the clinical validation and certification process. For now, as I said, we have pre-seed round, which will allow us to do our research for next 6 months. But with an aerial investment, we can move quicker. So we are looking for approximately 800,000 euro for validation and certification, and it will end up with a market-ready and certified product. So I want to conclude this presentation with a quote from Sir Alexander Fleming, who warned us about the situation we are now. He said, "The thoughtless person who will play with penicillin treatment is morally responsible for death of man who succumbs to infection with penicillin-resistance microbe." And he adds, "I hope this evil can be averted." Thank you very much.
Okay.